All right, and then the last one is the sales pipeline. So you can get to that by clicking on your name, going to the bottom one, sales pipeline. And what this does is it tracks all of the people that you should be interacting with. So it doesn't just have to be for sales. A lot of companies are using this with their customer service people to remember who to follow up with. And so what's nice about this is that you can set up the next call date. And so the system can remind you that, hey, it's time for their annual maintenance, or it's time for their 6-month dental cleaning. Those types of things can be put in there. You can organize it by your next call date. If it's come due, it's time to take care of them, they're going to show up red. And if it's something that's set for the future, it's going to show up blue. And you can have this tagged for each employee in your company. So if you want to have certain staff members in charge of these customers and certain staff members in charge of these customers, it's a great way to make sure your customers don't get forgotten. But it can also be used as a sales system for your funnel if you have some leads and your salespeople are working those. It's a great way that the sales manager can keep track of how effective the salespeople are being. A lot of times you talk to your salesperson, you say, hey, have you been working hard? Oh yeah, I'm sweating, I'm working so hard. Look at all these stacks of business cards on my desk. Well, how many people did you call today? Oh, I called all these business cards. Well, do you have any deals coming soon? Oh yeah, everybody's promising me next week we're going to get some checks. With this, you can track the confidence level of each person closing the deal. You can track the value, and your salesperson can see what their commission would be if they closed everybody in their pipeline. So it's a little bit of a motivator. It's also a great way to track when they tell you, yes, I called everybody today. Did they really? It's going to show right here the last contacted date. Got a question?
Yes. How do you get something in that list?
Great question. Let's go right into that. That leads into our CRM questions. Let's go and look for somebody in the system. So we'll look for Allison. And you guys are free to follow along on your computer in the demo. You can do the same thing I'm doing here. So when you find Allison, you click on that link. That's going to take you to Allison's CRM record. So here we have the typical name, address, phone number information, email address. Down here we have the workflow timeline, which shows every interaction our company has had with this customer. It includes when they visit your website and perhaps fill out a lead box requesting additional information. It's also going to include any notes that your customer service reps have interacted with a customer. Maybe they called on the phone and they wanted to put some information in there. It's also going to show any purchases or any abandoned carts. It's also going to show any marketing emails that you've sent to that customer. So your sales team can kind of tell, well, we met them on Tuesday, we sent them an email on Thursday, and then they purchased something on Friday. So you can start to see those trends. So as far as how to add them to that sales pipeline, right here where it says Account Manager Sarah, we can click on that and we get a drop down of all the employees in the company. So you can reassign it to someone else and update that information. And it's going to put a record in the timeline letting you know that someone switched the owner of that contact from one person to another. And then right here where it says callback time, that's where you can remind yourself to call them.
Is that where you also add a new?
Great question. So if you want to add somebody, you're going to go up to the top here where the plus sign is, and you go to contact. And so here you're going to get the blank form where you can fill out any information. None of these fields are required, so you can put in whatever you know at that time, and you can click save, and then you can add additional information as you get that.
So do you have a way to import from, can you snap a business card?
Absolutely.
Or take a picture of that? Can you import that?
So if you're a big networker and you're going out and you're collecting stacks of business cards, it's not really efficient to type all that in. So they make some really amazing business card scanners. I can't believe how those scanners are able to read all the different formats. And what they'll do is you just put those in the scanner, it reads all of that, and then it'll export it as a CSV. It's a very common file type for data exchange. So when you get that as a CSV, download that, and then over here you'll go to Settings, Import, Export. And here you can import your contacts, or you can just import email addresses. So if you're importing contacts, we'll click on that. First thing it's going to give you, step 1, is a download template, which is going to show you what format to have that CSV in. First name first, last name second, phone number third, that type of thing. So if you format your data in that format, then you're ready to upload it. And before you upload it, you're going to want to pick a tag to tag these. So if you were to go to an event, let's say the Experience Pros radio show event, and you met 10 new people, you got their business cards, you could load those into that CSV, and then you could upload that CSV, and you could create a tag called Experience Pros November, or Experience Pros 2015, or whatever, however you want to tag it, so that as those are imported, they're automatically tagged. There's a kind of a little hack to this. If you already have these names and email addresses in your CRM, and you want to tag them additionally, so maybe you met them once at the Experience Pros 2015, and you meet them again at Experience Pros 2016, if you upload them again, the system's not going to create a duplicate. It's going to identify that, but because you've tagged it as Experience Pros 2016, it's going to additionally tag it with that as well. So there's a lot of little hacks you can do with